Hey, what's up, guys? Tuki here, back again with another episode of my Hartford Whalers franchise mode series here on NHL 18, and today we get this team set up for what will hopefully be another successful regular season, but not only that, we of course want to start finding some postseason success, and we will see if we can build a team that is capable of doing so. Now, of course, the last episode was highlighted by the addition of a certain somebody, a certain Lucas Ledecker, who we ended up trading for the privilege of drafting him first overall. You know, we had to sacrifice Artemi Panarin to do it, but I feel like overall it'll be a good move for us, and of course that sets up Pasternak, Marner, and Patrick as our top line. So we're looking good headed into this next season. It's just a matter of keeping this team together. And the first thing I'm going to worry about are the UFAs. We will worry about the RFAs later. So Joonas Korpisalo wants 7.3. I'm going to see if I can get him down to 7. I mean, the 85% trick, it's a little bit finicky, we'll say, this year. But you know what? I am going to try it. A lot of it depends, especially with the morale system on, a lot of it depends as to, you know, what they think of the team at the moment and where they think we're going. Now, I don't believe we have the champions tag, but I do suppose there is the slight chance we could get him to accept. And it's worth a shot, because we're going to knock this down to 6.25. And you know what, here, just in case, we'll go 6.275. And we'll see what he says about that. Malcolm Subban, who has actually turned into a relatively decent backup goaltender for us, will knock this down to 1.625, and again, I'll tack on that little bit of extra money just to see if he accepts. On defense, oh boy, Brodin and Gardner both need to be re-signed, and then odds are Carlson or Polka. We're gonna let go of somebody. Decent chance it could be Ville Polka. You guys know I like to have lefties and righties for the power play setup, but we shall see. And of course, that is because Timothy Liljegren is about ready to make an impact at the NHL level. We'll see if we can get Brodin down to 4.55. We could save a little bit of extra cash if we wanted to, but that should be good enough. Jake Gardner wants to get paid. It is going to be tough to keep this team together and to keep this team happy. But if the 85% trick works, it'll be much, much more likely. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm going to let go of Ville Polka. He is insane if he thinks I am willing to pay $4 million. If he thinks he can fetch that on the open market, have fun. Best of luck to you. But that's not going to happen. See, at least Carlson's a bit more realistic about it. I mean, I'm still not, ecstatic about the idea of paying Gabriel Carlson that much money, but there is no way I was going to pay Ville Polka that much money. Eager, 20 years old, 56 overall, medium 7D potential. We'll let him walk. Have a nice career of just sitting on the AHL, or not even on the AHL. Not even in the AHL. Have fun just sitting on the free agent list until you retire at 28, because nobody will sign you. We'll let go of these two draft misses. Corey Perry, sorry buddy, you are gone. Ty Ratty is out of here. Who else do we have? Piernez, low top 9, 20 years old. Yeah, you're gone. You are gone. I'm not even going to sign you to try and trade you for something else. I just can't be bothered. Malmstrom and Hall, same thing. See you later. Got no desire to keep you here. Or Silvergard, for that matter. He is 19 years old, but odds are we'll be able to find some better steals on the free agent list. Martin Hansel as well. See you later. No reason to keep you around. Seal is gone. Man, we've had quite a few misses in the draft so far, haven't we? Granted, we did have a lot of picks, so that was to be expected. Our draft record was never going to be, a 100% perfect sort of deal. But, all right, moment of truth here. Does the 85% trick work? It didn't for Korpisalo, Brodin, Gardner. Oh, boy. Yeah, they want to get paid. That's a problem. That is a problem when they want to get paid. Right. So the good thing is, I still have the cap space to probably sign everybody at least the UFAs. But it was worth a shot. So Brodin will knock it down to 5.2. Hopefully he accepts. Jake Gardner will knock it down to 5.5 just to save a little bit of money. Korpisalo, how does 7.2 sound? And then Malcolm Subban, how about 1.85? Literally just allow me to save a little bit of money. Just a little bit. And we should be good to go. So again, we'll double check back with this quartet and we'll see what they have to say. How about now? Korpisalo is still rejected. Brodin, Gardner. All right, so we got to take care of the goaltenders. The goaltenders. They're feeling like they deserve to be paid. In the case of Joonas Korpisalo, I'm not so sure I agree. However, I'm not going to let him walk. It's one thing to let a bunch of prospects who are never going to be anything walk. But yeah, Korpisalo will bump that up to 7.5. And Malcolm Subban, how's $2 million sound? 2 by 2. So with that, we will actually start taking a look at the RFAs. So Carlson, Valimaki, McIntyre. And for forwards, nobody that needs a big-time deal. So that's pretty nice. Although Kosarenkov's looking to get paid. He is looking to get paid. How does 1.1 sound? Taylor Radish, 3 years, huh? 1.5, 3 years. It's not bad. The bottom 6 is definitely going to change heading into next season. And I was wrong about these players not wanting to be paid. They are absolutely looking for decent contracts. Spencer Watson had a great season last year. I mean, I don't think he'll ever really crack our NHL lineup, but I'm at least willing to keep him around at the AHL level, and he's a decent enough depth option. All right, so we got that taken care of. Might as well send offers out to these defensemen. How's 3-3 for Carlson? Valimaki still wants a two-way deal, and McIntyre still worth keeping. All right, now we'll wait to see what these players have to say, and hopefully we can get to the free agent period in a relatively quick amount of time here. If I hit wrong buttons like that, it's not going to happen all that quickly, so allow me to focus in here and make sure I actually hit the right button. All right. Korpisalo still rejected. Carlson's back. Subban rejected. Radish, Jones, Watson, Kosarenkov, Valimaki, Steen, Olsen, and Haberstich, and McIntyre. All accept. So right now, the only concern is our goalie tandem. They're looking to break the bank right about now. We have the money to sign them, right? It's not an issue whatsoever, although, of course, it would be nice. I mean, especially too after we traded Artemi Panarin. I mean, it would be nice to, have options. I'll go up to 7.8 for Korpisalo. Again, I don't think long-term he's the solution in net. I mean, he's really going to have to prove himself this year, especially with this contract that we're looking at handing him here. So RFAs were good. UFAs were good. It's just the goaltending. I know I didn't sign Liedker. We're going to wait. It should be fine. We're just going to wait. I want to see what options we have, even though he is under an entry-level deal. And you know what? We'll probably sign him. We're going to have to go back into that menu anyway. There is a really good chance I'm going to let Joonas Korpisalo walk right now. We took him in the expansion draft, but how much money am I exactly supposed to give up for him? Like, how much money am I supposed to give up for him? Are you kidding me? What if I go 1 year? There, how about 1 year at, fuck it, $8 million? Oh, not advertiser friendly. I just cost myself money. Remember to bleep this out. Hopefully I remember to bleep this out, or there goes all my ad revenue. $8 million over 1 season. And for Malcolm Subban, we'll go up to 2.75 for 1 season. Hopefully the two accept. If they do, awesome. If they don't, I am in deep trouble here. Because we're almost out of time to re-sign them. Oh my god. I think both of our goalies are about to walk. I have 1 more day to sign them. I thought for sure they'd accept. Alright. This could be a problem. I was talking about, in the last episode, potentially trading Joonas Korpisalo. I now instantly regret not doing that. I am literally going to throw him 8.9 I'm going $9 million. For 1 season at least. And then we'll try like hell to trade him. So we'll see if he accepts, because I can afford to do this. I can afford to do this, and we're going to throw Malcolm Subban 3.25. Now, I should still be able to do some damage. I should still be able to do some damage in free agency if they sign, which is fine. I thought the game crashed for a minute. I'll still have some money to work with if we have to. Korpisalo accepted, Subban accepted. So there you go. I had to go overboard to keep them. But, particularly in the case of Joonas Korpisalo, I could not let him walk away for free. That would have been a disaster. So signing them to that much money, and I was going to sign Liedker, and I forgot. I'm sorry. But of course we're going to sign him anyway. But, signing those two to that much money could really hurt their trade value. So we'll wait and see if it's actually possible. But we have arrived. It is the start of free agency, and that is why I wanted money. Ryan Murray, Brady Shea, Landeskog even. Wow, 9 teams already are going after Brady Shea. That is absurd. And goaltending-wise, Korpisalo would have been the gem. I mean, it's him and Devin Dubnyk. They would have been at the top of the list. Let's see, are there any prospects? The answer there is no. I'm not really interested in fringe starters. Any defensive prospects? Medium top 4, 20 years old. Is that a Henrik Lundqvist? It is a Henrik Lundqvist, and he went undrafted, 6'3", 204. I mean, we might as well sign him, right? I might go after Forsstrom as well. So yeah, we'll send these 2 max deals. Why not? I mean, other teams are going in. Other teams are going in for them. So they're at least worth something. The fact that Ville Pokka wants 4.6, he will probably still be there at the start of the preseason. I could sign him at that point if I really wanted to. Right wings, low elite. Rainier, would it be Canute? Now see, here's the thing. I went to school with 2 people that had the same last name, but they pronounced it differently. So I could say Knutson, I could say Knutson. Some people have the K silent, others don't. Still, you have a weird name because your first name is Rainier. No disrespect to all you Rainiers out there, but still. All right, we're going to send them an offer, of course, and then Kapanen's an RFA. Left wings, Tikhonov. Sergei Tikhonov, the grinder, 19 years old. We'll send him an offer. And again, no guarantee that he signs, although this Finn, Timo Lakonen, the grinder, would be a great pickup for this team. You also have Mark Savage. And we'll pay him that little bit of extra. Battle of Alberta going on right now for Mark Savage. And then centers, Bradley Williams. Will send him an offer as well. So we've sent out 7 offers. I am going to have to take a look at whether or not we have contract spots, and then whether or not, who we need to go after here. So there is, there are some decent options here. But let's take a look at the team as it stands. Again, we currently have sent out 7 contract offers. That'll bring us up to 48. Goaltending, we know that we're good. It's Korpisalo right now, Tikhonov down in the AHL. We're good to go. We don't even have to sign anybody. We're just flat out good to go when it comes to goaltending. And the good thing is, too, Korpisalo's value didn't drop. But the question is, who could we even trade him for, and would they be a better option? It's ridiculous that we're having to pay him $9 million per season. So let's see here. As far as our defense goes, it's Yossi McDonough, Gardner, Brodin, Carlson, and then Liljegren should be top 6 still. He is. So the only thing we could really look to do here is maybe bring in Ryan Murray. If I bring in Ryan Murray, that means I could get rid of Brodin or Gardner and get something back in return. So going after Ryan Murray might not be the worst idea. And then for forwards, obviously Liedker's there. We could use another second-line guy, I'd say. We could use a second-line center to play with Sprong and Liedker, and there was Derek Stepan. Again, I would prefer to have Nolan Patrick on that top line for him to be getting that proper amount of time. with Marner at center. So a second line center. And to be honest, I mean, our bottom six depth, it's a little bit rough. I mean, 79 overalls can still be decent. You know, Connor Brown, Tierney, Radish, they are all third line players. So we could bring in another defenseman. We can also look at all of these players that we need to get rid of. We could also look to bring in another defenseman. So let's take a look. Forward-wise, I mean, I think we're pretty much good. I mean, it was Loktionov and Grabeshkov that were scratched for the majority of the prior season. You have Crosby, Bodine, 64 overall at 21 years old. Is it time to let go of Bodine? So one thing I'm concerned about is potentially not having enough spots. Right. You know, I think we have to get rid of at least one person. We have to get rid of at least one person, maybe even two, and changes are going to happen, you know, at the beginning of the season anyway. Let's see, you got Steen, Watson, of course, who, again, I'm willing to keep. I am willing to keep. For now, there's a really good chance he's actually not on this, on the opening night roster. Grabeshkov and Loktionov. Yeah, they're going. I mean, Loktionov especially, but I'm going to get rid of the pair. Let's see if we can send them to Boston. Again, it's so weird having to remember that we're in the Western Conference. That's the one regret with this series, is I started it before they added the division realignment. And wow, straight up for a second round pick. Works for me. Didn't think that would go through. It did. All right, so we had what, $10 million? All right, just under $11 million. Which is kind of an issue if we're looking to afford everybody. I mean, looking at defense first, I mean, it comes down to Murray or Shea. Murray's better offensively. He's better defensively. I mean, I like Brady Shea, but we're going to go after Ryan Murray. And, yep, $5 million, or 5 years is the sweet spot. We'll go up to $7.25 for him. And then for forwards, I mean, obviously, for who we're looking at, we're going to really struggle cap space-wise. I mean, it's Stepan, Tyler Johnson, or Nick Bjugstad. The good thing is with Tyler Johnson, nobody sent him a contract offer yet. So we can kind of monitor the situation with Ryan Murray and see if he signs. If he does, then we can look to move out some cap to get Tyler Johnson. Or we could trade for that second line center at the beginning of the season once we kind of, sort out everything else. Williams accepted. Knutson, Lundqvist, Forsstrom, Laakkonen, Savage. Oh my God, everybody signed. That feels a little bit cheap, but again, all I can do is offer them the max deal just like everyone else. It's not my fault they all accepted. Tyler Johnson now has a contract offer out. Okay. So we need to hear back from Murray. And I'm going to risk it right now because Murray's the gem of this free agent class. And I would prefer to end up with him, and he went to the Islanders. Right. Okay, who's available? Right. Brady Shea's gone too. Well, so much for the defensive reinforcements, at least at the moment. Now, we can still look to bring in Stepan or Johnson. We can still do that. Nemesnikov should have a good enough face-off, only 72. All right, so it's Stepan versus Johnson right now. We could still bring in the defensive reinforcements. Remember, we could still do that. How did Stepan do last year? 56 points, 55. All right, so he's a consistent 50-point guy. Tyler Johnson, not quite a consistent 50-point guy, but he did hit 78 points a few seasons ago. And based on the kind of offensive talent, I mean, offensively, these two are about the same. Stepan is a little bit better defensively. Let's see, puck skills. I mean, it's pretty much close. The better deking for Johnson. The shots, literally dead even. The skating goes to Johnson. Offensive awareness, slight edge to Johnson. Defense goes to Stefan. Physicality goes to Stefan. Again, he's going to be playing with Sprong and Liedeker. I'm going to go with Tyler Johnson. We'll see if he accepts. Again, it's a risky deal for us right now. It's a very risky deal for us. But we're going to go for it. And that would really solidify our top 6. There's a really good chance, though, we could get to the preseason and not have anybody sign that we wanted. Let's see. Johnson rejected, saying we're not going to win anytime soon. We have contenders status. I call shenanigans, eh? All right, Derek Stepan, you weren't my first choice, but how would you like to be a Hartford Whaler? Because I don't think Tyler Johnson deserves that privilege anymore. Time out, Tyler. Go stand in the corner and think about what you've done. Damn it, Derek. You were the chosen one, Derek. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. Is Tyler Johnson gone? He's not. Well, this is my last-ditch effort. No other teams are interested, you say. You know what, Tyler? I think you can just sit there and wait. We're going to go ahead and sim to the next season. Again, I'm going to sign Liedeker at the start of the preseason. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Just breathe. And we'll see if Tyler Johnson, if our old buddy Tyler, is still on the free agent list. If he's not, and it turns out we have some players we can get rid of, yeah, odds are we'll probably go out and try to acquire some better defense if we have to, and that second line center really is a shame. I should have put in an offer for Brady Shea, too. I should have put in an offer for Shea and Murray, and just whatever one accepted, cool. I didn't do that. I'm feeling a bit foolish. My excuse is that it's late. But that's okay. It's all right. Let's be honest. Brady Shea was going to decline, too. Let's be honest. People are doubting the Hartford Whalers after our loss to the Calgary Flames, and I will say I don't blame them. However, they will be proven wrong. The Hartford Whalers are going to win a cup very, very soon. I'm calling it. Is it this upcoming year? The year after that? I don't know, but it's going to happen. Just you wait. So really quickly, aside from Liedeker, is there anybody else we could look to sign? That is the questione. So in the system, it was just Nicolishin. Just Nicolishin that we had to worry about. Which, it's kind of a logjam of decent goaltenders right now. So that's not really a surprise. Defense, was there anybody? Medium top 6, DeVries. Are you Canadian at least? He's American. All right, so we can't even send him down to junior. Monroe Lindros is Canadian, so we could send him down if we wanted to. But there aren't any, can't miss players. Right wings. Here, let me just go to unsigned. Anybody? Nobody. Great. Left wings, of course, we got Lucas Liedeker. I'll sign him up. And yeah, he was pretty much the only guy, aside from Whitney. So let's sort out the team that we have at the moment. Although, let's take a look at the free agent list just to see if our buddy TJ is there. If he's not, that's going to cause some issues, but we'll overcome. We will make it. This team will be a winner. And he actually ended up signing. Okay, didn't expect that. Had a feeling he might just sit there. Somebody overpaid for him. Better them than us at this point. I mean, really, it saved us some decent money, too. So let's take a look. Of course, the goaltending is set. The defense is technically set. Yossi, still a top 2 defenseman. Liljegren up to an 80, by the way. And Valimaki now a depth defenseman. And then forward-wise, Dirksen's up there. Olsen, Watson. Let's send those 2 down. Oh, boy. Now we got to call up Lucas. All right. So let's see, who can we send down? It's Dirksen or Kosarenkov, and we're going to send down Dirksen. So those are your 12 forwards at the moment. And Burakovsky actually jumped to a second-line center, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with that. So let's take a look here. If we go best lines, and again, I'm going to have to change. Gonna have to switch player positions, but that's fine. So the second line this season is going to be Burakovsky, Liediker, and Sprong. The third line will definitely have Senyshyn and Radish. So we could go with Tierney. Actually, Kosarenkov has better face-offs than I gave him credit for. So we could go Senyshyn, Kosarenkov, and Taylor Radish, with Connor Brown, Tierney, and Jones as the fourth line. To be honest, I mean, depending on how well Andre Burakovsky can do, and we're going to change some of the player types as well, that's not bad. That's good enough to walk into this first season with. Like I said, we're going to change some of the player types. We'll make Kosarenkov a center. That's not bad. And then defensively, I mean, swap out Ville Pokka for Timothy Liljegren, who's finally made the NHL. His shooting category is abysmal, but he is a puck mover. And of course, the goaltending remains the same. Joonas Korpisalo, $9 million over this season. Yikes. So the goaltending down in Connecticut, we still have just Kuhlman. All right, we could look to move a goalie right now for picks. We could look to do that rather than just kind of wasting the other goaltender that we have. Let me know what you think about that and whether or not we should just move that extra goalie. I'll show you guys trade values before we end this. Let's take a look. What defensemen do we have scratched right now? Lundqvist and Forsström, who we just signed. Lundqvist is medium top 4. Forsström is, no, other way around. Forsström was low top 4. Lundqvist was medium top 4. So that's really the question, is do we just want to go with the best kind of overall, which is the current setup, which honestly might not be the worst idea, and then we can just have those two as the depth players. Let's see. So Crosby and Valimaki are good. You could argue this is Khudobin's last year to really kind of progress and prove himself too. 22 years old, only a 65. So I think, actually, defense, we're good. We'll have Forsström and Lundqvist as the two depth defensemen in case of injury. We're good. We are good. And then forwards. This is where we could find a little bit of trouble, although maybe not. See, Savage, Laakkonen, Tikhonov, Williams. Yeah, we have one or too many scratches here. But again, same thing, where we could just go with the better overall players, even though Tikhonov isn't that much better, nor is Rainier Knutson. Let's see, is there anybody we'd want to get rid of? We could get rid of Fabian Haberstich. Odds are he's not going to make it. We could also get rid of Oscar Steen. Bodens can stay. Sebastian Olsen and Spencer Watson. You could argue in favor of getting rid of them, but if we struggle with injuries aside from Dirksen, so say we get rid of these top four, right? The left wing and center on the two top lines. That would clear up space, but that would leave our team depth with Dirksen and then Connor Roberts after that. So it might be best keeping that top line intact, but getting rid of Haberstich and Steen. And if we get rid of Haberstich and Steen, see, low top 6, medium top 6, low elite, and another low elite. So we definitely go with Timo, or what was it, Timo Laakkonen? Yeah, it was Timo Laakkonen, and then we get rid of Oscar Steen. We'd probably go with Williams. 57 overall, low elite. And 55 overall, low elite. So yeah, we'd go with Williams. And then that way, the two healthy scratches would be Savage and Tikhonov. So that wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad. The AHL would, again, be relying on a lot of 50 overalls. But this would basically be the team. We'd at least have some decent depth in case of injury. And, of course, on defense, Valimaki and Crosby are right there to be called up if necessary. So I think for the most part, we're good to go. It's just a matter of who we'd want to get rid of, what player types we decide to switch people to, which I'll take a look and try to, figure all that out. Although I could give you guys a quick look at the stats, I do suppose. Really quick, one last look at who we have unsigned, now that we kind of know what's going on. So again, goaltenders, we have Nick Alisham. We'll take a look at trade values in a minute. Former third-round pick. On defense, I mean, there's really nobody there that's worth signing. If we move out a couple of players, we'll probably sign Lindros just to send him down. Same thing with Eichel. Actually, Eichel's medium 7th. He's not even worth the time. But we could sign Riley Lindros and at least send him down to junior so that he'll progress. Right wings, we have Nemish, who is American. You could argue in favor of signing him. Even DeSantis and Lindsay, but I don't have too much faith in the medium top 9 potential. Although we could sign both of them and send them down, so we do have some options. Left wings, I mean, come on, that's a rough spot. And then for centers, again, another medium top 9, but the intriguing one is Russ Whitney, who could also be signed and sent down to junior. So we'll keep an eye out on that, and it really just kind of depends on what we want to do here. I'll get you guys a quick look at the trade values because I think we're close to calling this an episode, because I want to leave you guys time to kind of suggest what player types you think we should roll with. But again, goaltenders, the question right now is, do we get rid of Nick Alisham? I mean, it's him or Allen. Allen's the better overall right now. Yes, he is 2 years older. In the long run, I don't think it's going to matter. We have Mikanov as the next project goalie, and then between Kulemin, Nick Alisham, and Allen, one of them will be the AHL starter after that. So let me know what you think. I'm not sure how well Nick Alisham will progress unsigned, so we should probably look at getting rid of one of these goalies. Let me hear your arguments. I mean, right now the move is trading Nick Alisham, but if you have an argument as to why we should trade Allen instead, let me know. On defense, you get a look at some of the trade values, and again, I think we're pretty much good to go. The only thing you can really argue is signing Lindros, but everybody else, I'm good to just either trade away for whatever we can get, pick hoarding if we have to, or just letting them walk for free at the end. It doesn't really bother me too much. And for the most part, guys, I think we are good to go for this episode. We still have a couple of things that we need to work out, but for the most part, I am very, very excited for what this team could do. So that'll do it for this one. You got one final chance to kind of, get a little bit of input in there as far, in terms of what we should do. And, as far as how we should really build this team moving forward goes. And in today's shocking news, Lucas Ledecker is black. Is that offensive, YouTube? Just saying that he's black? I mean, he is. Way to go, Lucas. Way to go. He is already, no disrespect to Anson Carter or PK Subban or anybody else, he might just be the best black player in NHL history already. And if he's not, at this point in time, you bet your ass he will be by the end of this series. Is it offensive to call him the Black Gretzky? The question is it offensive or is it just too early to call him the Black Gretzky? It's going to happen. Lucas Ledecker will not be defined by anything else other than his goal-scoring ability. Future 1,000 goal scorer. I'm calling it right now. Guys, that'll do it for this one. We'll see how YouTube reacts in terms of monetization and all that shit goes. Oh, I swore. That's twice. We said the F word and we said the S word. Oh, no. Guys. Oh, there goes my ad revenue, boys. This video's for nothing. It's gone. It's gone. It was a good ride. It was a good run, but it's over. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Next episode, we'll have those changes in place. We'll begin the sim on the next season, and we'll see what happens for the Hartford Whalers this time around, and whether or not we can rebound from that horrific embarrassment that we suffered at the hands of the Calgary Flames. So guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Your support means the world to me. It does. Did that sound disingenuous? It doesn't, because again, we're over 2 years into this now. I'm still here. I don't know why. Well, it's because you guys watch for whatever reason. I still don't know. But I thank you for doing so. If you want to, you can help out that little bit extra by liking the video and subscribing if you haven't already. Links are in the description to my Twitter and Twitch. Pretty important to follow me on both, in my opinion. Am I lying to you just to boost my follow counts? Maybe. I'll never tell. I hope you guys have a great day, great night, great afternoon, great morning, evening, supper time, lunchtime, breakfast. Have a great brunch or midnight snack. Don't have midnight snacks, though. It's not healthy for you. Goodbye.